Hey there gamers, and welcome to another episode of our weekly Dreamsnap series, where we discuss everything you need to know on refresh day. And like always, we have some interesting topics to cover today. We'll start today's video as usual by checking my mailbox and seeing how I did on the Ancient Aesthetics Challenge. And I must admit, I'm pretty excited to share this one with you guys. Following that, we'll take a look at this week's brand new Dreamsnap Challenge, and then we'll take a deep dive into the premium shop lineup, and then I'll personally display and review each of these items to help players make informed decisions with their Moonstone purchases. Before we get started, I'd like to encourage you to press that like button as it helps more people discover my channel. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. Don't forget to check my video description down below for links to my live streams on Twitch and my Discord server. Today's the day I will be returning to streaming for the first time in about a week, as I took some time away from the broadcast to catch up on offline content and file my taxes. But I'm very excited to be back, and as you can tell, there's been some changes to the quality of the broadcast. I hope you all enjoy everything I have planned. Now with the plug out of the way, let's see how we did on Ancient Aesthetics. So like I mentioned to you guys, I really enjoyed this challenge. So honestly, whether it does good or bad, I don't think it's gonna really impact me as much. I'm pretty set on Moonstones for now. I hope it does good because I really loved the submission, but if it doesn't, I don't think I'll be gutted or anything. I feel like there were so many great submissions for this particular challenge, and I feel like this challenge might be a hard one to break into the top like 10% on. I guess we'll see. All right, and here are the results. I am very happy with this rank, especially considering, like I said, there were so many good submissions that I've seen out there in Discord and shared in Dreamlight Valley groups. I mean, players really seemed to enjoy this challenge and just created some amazing designs. So being in the top 1,000 for this particular challenge, to me, is a tremendous honor. So if you saw my Dreamsnap and voted for it, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed coming across it. Our score for this challenge was 85.48, and our rank was 742. And I must say, that is a very high score for that particular rank. I've had Dreamsnaps score in the low 85 point section or 84 point section and still rank in the top 200. So it seems that a lot of players got a very good score on this Dreamsnap, which honestly is not a surprise to me. Anyway, that's enough about the numbers. Let's take a look at my submission. All right, and here is my submission. This was the design I came up with for the Ancient Aesthetics Challenge. The concept for this submission was to create sort of this ancient Roman palace or a castle or courtyard, if you want to consider it that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't very excited to use these new Hercules decor items. I really love the little fill columns, I love the marble fountain, I love these large gazebos, and I just love the way it all came together. For the foreground here, I mostly focused on the avatar, as I felt this was a great opportunity to finally highlight this new armor in a Dreamsnap challenge. And I just love this armor, I wear it all the time. I felt like the Royal Fox worked very well as a companion for this challenge, and I think one of my favorite things about this little setting with the avatar here are the items scattered about. At the very base of the screen here, I placed one of the broken swords that you can get from time bending, but I did not want the sword to appear broken, so I just put the broken bit out of frame. And I think it looked really cool, like my character had laid his sword on the ground to greet his little companion here. Next to that, we have a little pile of scrolls, and then on the opposite side, we have this stack of potions, maybe for adventuring or some kind of magic, who knows, it's ancient times, we weren't there. Now with the rest of the photo here, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. It mostly focuses on symmetry and building this elegant ancient courtyard. Of course, ancient Rome was known for using a lot of red, so I felt like these red carpets worked very well for this challenge and created a really cool walkway. I lined the middle of that walkway with these new tiles that we got from the Eternity Isle crafting collection. And for lighting throughout the courtyard, I focused on only using oil lamps, candles, and a couple of celestial banners, as I felt it all worked well with the theme. The only other thing providing light in the photo would be some of those bioluminescent flowers in flower beds along the back of the marble columns, but they're kind of hard to see. The last thing we'll discuss is the palace interior, which you can see behind my avatar here. I really wanted it to look like you were peering inside of a castle, so I didn't want the mountains behind this build to show through the gazebos. And I got this little effect by turning the sushi set sideways so you could see the side walls, and then place 2 of them, one behind each gazebo. Overall, this may be one of my favorite Dreamsnap submissions, as I feel like I always do my best on a challenge I really love. And with that, let's take a look at this week's brand new Dreamsnap challenge. And this seems to be a very interesting challenge for the week. Our newest challenge is called Moana's Village. This is a decor challenge that states, get into an island groove. Dress up your village with decor inspired by the world of Moana. Our mandatory tags are going to be calm and delicate, and our bonus tags are going to be rustic and Moana. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Dreamlight Valley has been absolutely cooking with these challenges lately. This one is really fun. I'm also very excited about it. I really enjoyed Superhero for a Day, and Ancient Aesthetics was just the bomb. So everything I am seeing the past 3 weeks has just been fire. So this is awesome. Love this challenge. Let me know if you guys are excited for Moana's Village. And now for this week's premium shop breakdown. So once again, we have 2 pages. It looks like we have the Purple Cottage returning. Our Star Path item this week is going to be the Incredisquirrel. Definitely recommend picking him up if you have the Moonstones, but at the same time, I don't know how much he is, so let me know in the comments. As some of the Star Path items I feel have been very reasonably priced, but others not so much. It looks like the Pirates Map Relics bundle has returned to the premium shop as well, and then we also have Pizza Planet making its return, which didn't take too long. On page 2, we have the gift bag bundle, and I'm just warning you guys, these are accessories. These are not placeable items, and the shop will only tell you this if you hit see more details. So sometimes this catches people off guard because they think, oh, that's cute, I can put some gift bags around my Christmas tree. No, you can't, but I wish you could. I feel like these would be amazing little decor items around the holidays. As of right now, these hand accessories, in my opinion, just don't have much utility, and I don't really enjoy having them, but I like to review the items, so I get them. But yeah, Mike and Sully's apartment is an awesome premium house. I've had it, I actually passed on it the first time it came into the premium shop, and then I regretted it so much because I wanted to do this like town build, and I made a city for my Sewer Here for a Day challenge, and I was so happy I had this building. So pick it up if you can. It's a great building, especially if you like to make city inspired designs. Summer Vacation Scrooge makes his triumphant return to the shop as well, and this is actually a good dream style to have now. Back when this came out, it was before Scrooge really ever left his shop. So a couple of updates ago, they changed it to where Scrooge will occasionally be wandering around the valley. That used to never happen. He would always and forever be confined to his shop. I mean, sure, even now if you go into his shop, he's always in there, but somehow he's magically simultaneously walking around outside. Don't question the Disney magic. And the last item here is the Art Deco TV and stand. Now, this was one of the first ever premium items in the premium shop. There was another set that came along with it. If I recall correctly, I do believe it was pretty high on the Moonstones for like a TV stand, but it does look really, really cool. And now that we've discussed the premium lineup, let's take a look at each of these items so you can gauge their value for yourself. The first of today's shop items that we'll be reviewing will be the Summer Vacation Scrooge Dream Style. Now, we just had Merlin's Summer Dream Style come to the shop, and I mentioned it was a useful item to pick up from the shop because I'm certain there will be some summer-themed Dreamsnaps. And of course, the same thing here applies to Scrooge's outfit. When we start seeing these summer themes, having both of these summer dream styles in a summer-themed Dreamsnap could be an excellent wow factor for your submission. With that said, I know dream styles are usually around 2,500 moonstones, and it's not 100% necessary to utilize them in Dreamsnaps. You can still do good without them, but it is a fun utility nonetheless. Now, I have to say, I really like this dream style for Scrooge. I like that he's in a summer vacation outfit, but he's still flaunting his wealth. He's got these golden glasses, this golden hat, hat. It just looks really funny that, you know, even while on summer vacation, he just wants to be extremely bougie. You gotta give it to Scrooge. He is committed to the elegance. The second item on today's list is going to be our returning Star Path item, and this little Incredisquirrel is from the very first Star Path. It's not really clear how long it will take for an item like this to come back around, so if you're the kind of player that wants to own every companion in the game, it might be worth picking up. After all, it is a fun little companion. I love the eye mask, I love its little incredible outfit, and its little gloves, but like I mentioned earlier, don't eat them, Simba. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know the moonstone cost on this little guy, so you guys will have to tell me in the comments, so I can't really say if it's like worth it or not, because I'm not sure what they're gonna charge. Next up is the Art Deco TV and stand, and there are some serious pros and cons with this item. Let's start with the pros. First off, this is one of the few items in the game that actually carries the Disney tag. And if you're familiar with Dreamsnaps, you know this tag comes up every once in a while. And there are very few items in the game that actually have this Disney tag, which makes this television set quite useful for possible future Dreamsnaps. The other pro here is that it looks amazing. Look at the shine on this thing. Now I did put some lights up so you can kind of see the reflective properties of it, but it looks really good. There's even this like light and sound bar under the television there. I love that there's little books down there. It's very elegant. I mean, it looks outstanding. Another pro about this set is that it actually has 5 placeable item squares. And it's always nice to have some flexibility with creativity and design when it comes to your home interior. Now we're gonna cover the cons. First off, unlike other TVs, you cannot change the picture on this one. The other TVs you can actually set to any memory that you have, but this one does have a unique image. No other TV has this image, so I don't know if you'd want to change it. I love this beautiful shot on the television set, so you may not even want to change it in the first place, but the fact that you don't get the option is kind of a bummer. The next con is that this item can only be placed indoors. So even if we do get a Dreamsnap that utilizes Disney as a bonus tag, you would only be able to utilize this particular item if you made your Dreamsnap indoors. The last drawback of this little item here is that it cannot be placed anywhere else other than on a wall, because the TV here is wall mounted. And because of this, whenever you do place it on a wall, those squares up against the wall are off limits for any kind of lights. So I cannot put lights directly above it. Now, if I bring the lights out by 1 square, I can place the light, but you won't be able to place anything on the wall around the TV or on the ceiling above the TV. Now, the price of this item may be another con for some, but I don't want to talk on that too much because I can't recall how much this item costs. But I do believe it was rather high for a television set. In the event that you want to purchase more of these Deco TV stands after unlocking them, you can require additional models from Scrooge for 7,200 star coins. Next up, we have the Pirates Map and Relics bundle. Now, if you did not pick this up the last time it showed up in the premium shop, I will say it is definitely worth grabbing today, considering you do have excess moonstones. The Fountain of Youth is very large, and it does have a subtle animation, shown behind my avatar here. The design of this particular item can also add a lot to a Dreamsnap. I actually highlighted the little staircase of this item in my Camp Dreamlight submission because I wanted it to look like a little mountain hiking path. As for the table here, this is another very interesting item, and unlike most tables, while you won't be able to place things on the table, this one does have its own little animation, as you can see next to me here. Now, not only is this table animated, but it also has its own little clicking sound effect every time those wheels turn. I actually have this exact table in my living room because I just love the details. I love that it's got that skull candle on it. I enjoy the fact that it's animated, and at least for me, it really works well with my potion core aesthetic. Next up are going to be these metal grates, and these are really fun to utilize in like a city build or a pirate ship kind of scene that you're trying to build. Best of all, the bundle does not just come with one of these, it comes with 4, so you won't even need to buy additionals from Scrooge unless you need more than that. And the last item from this bundle is this little chalice. It's very small, it's not really a huge deal, but for such a small item, it does pack a lot of detail, and there are some pretty cool things I think you could do with this in certain decor builds. And I must say, this set is incredibly cheap when it comes to the Scrooge shop. It's only going to run you 720 star coins to get that massive fountain, 528 star coins for a copy of the table, 360 star coins for a copy of the chalice, and 480 star coins for the metal floor grates. The last piece of decor that we're going to be covering before moving on to this week's 2 premium shop houses will be the Pizza Planet item. Now, as you can tell, this is a very large item, but it still packs a lot of really cool detail. Thanks to its size, even when you're far away from the Pizza Planet item, it's still quite easy to see in the background with that large rocket standing up. And just like the Art Deco TV stand, the Pizza Planet item is also going to grant you another item with the Disney tag. And unlike the Art Deco TV stand, this item can actually be placed outside. Personally, I was really glad I picked this up when building my DIY theme park, as not only did it have the Disney tag, but it looked amazing in the background. I love how well lit the rocket is, and how well this item works with things like theme parks or city builds. Unfortunately, Pizza Planet is the most expensive item when it comes to Scrooge's shop in the premium shop this week, costing you a total of 30,000 star coins per additional unit. Though I really don't see why you would need more than one of these, or 2 at the most. They're so large, they take up a lot of space. I just don't really see it necessary to have that many. So to me, the price at Scrooge's shop on this one is not a big deal. Moving on to our premium houses, first up is going to be Mike and Sully's apartment. Now, there's not too much to discuss here. This is a 3-story tall red brick apartment building. Like I mentioned when we went over the item in the shop, this is a great item for like cityscapes or town builds, and I utilized it in my superhero submission, so it could be a great thing to have given the right circumstances. Personally, I've always felt like premium houses in the shop are one of the best things to pick up because it gives you something that you can decorate the interior of, and this one is pretty unique in the case that it is a 3-story tall building. Another benefit to this building is that it is also very well lit. I love that all of the windows here give off this nice golden glow, and even if we zoom out and look at the very top of the building, you're going to see this upper room, so there are even windows on the roof slant that put off light as well. And these lights definitely give the building a lot of beauty when you're far away. Our next premium house is the Purple Cottage, and this was one of the earliest premium shop houses we saw in Dreamlight Valley. Overall, it's a really nice little build, especially if you like things like cottagecore, and when it comes to fitting this house into different biomes, the build works almost anywhere. Personally, I love having mine in Frosted Heights because the purple roof goes really well with the overall aesthetic here. I would say one of the best things about this little cottage is that it is one of the few premium shop houses that has an additional door that actually functions. So at the back of the cottage, there is a back door you can enter, but just like all accessible exterior doors, it brings you to the same spot that the front door would. It's Disney magic, don't worry about it. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of this little cottage house. It's definitely worth picking up again. Premium shop houses are usually one of the best things you can actually spend your moonstones on because it almost adds new content to the game because it's giving you a new interior to design. So if you don't have Mike and Sully's apartment and you don't have the Purple Cottage, it might be better to pick up these items over most other things in the shop. And that does it for this week's topics. Now, I know usually we also have some big news to discuss from Disney Dreamlight Valley, but the posts from them the past few days have been a little bit silent. So I've taken the time to put together a pretty exciting new video for you guys about the great debate surrounding the Very Lucky Villager, which some people believe will be Oswald, while other people have recently switched to Team Figment. And I'll be covering all of this in a video dropping very soon. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Dreamlight Valley. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or entertaining, do me a very big favor and press that thumbs up as it it helps more people discover my channel. And don't forget, today's the day I return to my live broadcast, and I cannot wait to see you guys there at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck in your Dreamsnap challenges. Hey there gamers, if anybody out there is interested in supporting my journey on YouTube, one of the best ways to do that is by becoming a channel member. All members are listed at the end of each video, have access to member exclusive posts, receive special badges, and priority on comment responses. If you're interested in supporting this journey, you can find a link to becoming a channel member in the video description down below. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.